Most people say China's obsession with Taiwan is about history or ideology. That's a simple headline. The surprising truth is more modern, more structural, and more dangerous. It's about tiny silvers of silicon that run everything from your phone to missile guidance and the AI revolution. If oil fueled the last century, semiconductors fuel the present one. Stay with me to see how one island, one company, and the race for chips could redraw global power, and why India is suddenly in the picture. Imagine the entire world's most advanced chips are being produced in one place. Not most, the critical cutting edge nodes that power AI accelerators, advanced defense electronics, and the high end data center hardware. That place is Taiwan, and one company sits at the center. That company is TSMC. In simple terms, TSMC controls the foundry world. It makes contract chips for Apple, Nvidia, and much of the defense and AI stack. That concentration creates leverage strategically, economically, and politically. And it helps explain why Taiwan is not just symbolic, it's a choke point. Numbers make the point bluntly. Industry analysis show TSMC and Taiwan account for a very large share of advanced node manufacturing. Estimates put Taiwan at a lion's share of the world's most advanced chips, and TSMC's foundry market share among the leaders consistently sit above 50% of global foundry revenue and higher for the cutting edge. At the same time, 2025 saw record export orders for Taiwan driven by AI demand, underlying how the global rush for the AI hardware has only increased Taiwan's strategic role. When the world needs more AI compute, it needs more advanced wafers, and most of the wafers come from one island. Why does this concentration translate into geopolitics? Advanced chips are dual use. They run commercial AI and drive everything from cloud servers to the weapon guidance. If access to advanced nodes is constrained, countries building AI or modern weapons face an immediate bottleneck. That's why export controls matter. The US and allies have moved to limit what equipment and tools can reach China, and those controls complicate how China can upgrade its most advanced capabilities. It also means that any disruption in Taiwan, whether blockade, sanctions, or conflict, would ripple through the global tech, finance, and national security. Policy and economics converge here, not ideology alone. It's tempting to assume China can simply build its way out of this by pouring money into fabs. China has indeed built warfare capacity rapidly at functional nodes and made huge investments. But advanced node manufacturing is not just capital. It needs extreme EUV tools, specialized talent, and complex ecosystem that includes design software, packaging, and supply partners. Many of those tools are restricted by the export controls, and training a full ecosystem takes years. So while China is closing gaps in many areas, the leading edge advantage of Taiwan and TSMC remains real for now. And that structural lag explains why China's strategic calculus about Taiwan is also economic. Faced with this fragility, the US and the partners are reshaping the incentives. Investment ideas, relocation of some capacity, as well as the stringent export controls to limit the technology flows. Taiwan also structured agreements designed to protect its industry while cooperating with the allies. At the same time, American and the allied moves to diversify supply chains and to encourage chip making outside the geopolitical flashpoints have become central to the strategy. This is a global dance of incentives, restrictions, and political signaling, with each step trying to avoid a worse curse of disruption. Now let's look into the Indian angle. India has a semiconductor mission, fiscal incentives, fab schemes, and billions allocated to seed a domestic industry. The government is offering up to 50% project support for the fabs and running semicon programs to attract the investment. That means India wants to be a part of the diversification story to capture jobs, supply chains, and strategic resilience. But building advanced fab is not easy. It requires partner ecosystems, supply networks, skilled workers, and long lead times. India's play can succeed as a part of distributed global strategy, not to instantly replace Taiwan, but to create an alternative capacity, chip packaging, testing, design hubs that reduce the world's single point risk while building domestic capability over time. So, is China obsessed with Taiwan because of ideology? Not solely. The obsession is also and perhaps primarily about the strategic control of the supply lines of digital age. The chips undergirding the AI revolution and modern defense. That makes Taiwan far more than a symbol. It's an axis of power. The good news for India is that the global drive to diversify creates space for new players. The challenge is speed and complexity. Investments, talent, and policy must align. The final point is geopolitics now runs through circuit lines. Whoever wins the chip game will have disproportionate influence over the next wave of technology and security. If you found this useful, please subscribe for more explainers.